All right, I am live. Welcome to my channel, Inviting Possibilities. My name is Rochelle, and I'm here to do a reading for water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, or anywhere else you might have water in your chart. And even if you don't have any major placements, this might still be for you. It's my intention there is something in here for everyone, and my readings are also timeless. So whenever you catch this is the right time for you. I have chosen 3 cards from Wisdom of the Oracle, and I will be clarifying with some other decks. And I've also let the universe choose a song, and the title of your song is Better Luck Next Time. Yeah, it's kind of speaking to me of something not quite working out the way you hoped or in the time that you hoped. And that idea of better luck next time. Usually we say that to someone when it's like, that kind of want and work out. Have faith, have hope, maybe it'll be better. So we start with TikTok in the protection position, which is all about feeling like time's running out. Like you wanted something to happen, and it's whatever you're faced with, it's not panning out in the time that you hope for. And there's a feeling of like, there's almost a feeling of panic, like, oh God, like I really needed this to happen in this certain amount of time and it's not. And so what do I do? And to remember that when something doesn't work out, there's some kind of divine timing at play, which simply means that things work out in the right time for your best and highest good, that your higher power has a hand in what's going on, that there's something most likely you need to learn, you need to take a few more steps in a certain direction before it's going to really pan out the way you want. And then we have the Yin card in protection. And this card speaks all about needing to be willing to receive. So this could be part of the reason why something's not quite working out yet, is because you need to learn how to be a little more open to asking for assistance, asking for help, and then receiving it graciously. You're probably very good at giving. Chances are you are an overgiver, which is awesome. Nothing wrong with that, but you got to learn how to give to yourself. The Magician, hello. Welcome. Yeah. And so this could be a part of another lesson that you need to really learn to embody before you can fully realize this dream. And then we have happy in protection. And this is, oftentimes in protection, it's like an emphasized message. And this card in particular, it's all about like needing to stop taking things so seriously, needing to get silly and ridiculous and lighten up and have fun. Find the things in life that make you happy, that you feel grateful for, that ultimately make you feel joyful. And remember that having faith that things are going to work out is a part of that. It's like, when we're in that place of anxiety of, things aren't working out, we close ourselves off. We get very, we go into that place of brooding and stress and anxiety, and we get irritable and all that stuff. And it's like, okay, you just gotta shake it off. Find ways to laugh, find ways to just distract yourself from the stressful thoughts that you're having, because ultimately you may be in a place of worst case scenario thinking and it's not working for you, and it's just like, okay, have faith, I swear it's going to work out. And think about times in your past where things, they didn't quite work out the way you hoped or planned, but ultimately they did work out. And usually they work out better than you hope or plan. And it's usually hindsight that allows us to even see that. But know that you've made it through 100% of your hardest days already. So you're going to make it through this too. And you're not alone. Universe does have your back. So, okay, so let's start with the good tarot. Do some clarification here. Four of Earth. Building on a solid foundation. Trusting that though things may not be looking like they're moving forward, this gives you a chance to kind of think about but it's like a preparation period. There's something more you need to do before something works out. And this card can be about ownership, making sure that you're not clinging too tightly to things, holding on. The idea of the miser is like, no, it's all mine. I'm not going to share. And it's like, it's funny because I'm saying this and I'm like, I almost feel like it's not holding on to physical stuff so much, but holding on to this idea that you need to work it out all on your own. And in fact, there are people who you're meant to lean on, to ask for assistance. Own that part of you that thinks that it's all up to you. That's going to help. And I think it's being in that place of kind of just shifting your perspective just a little bit to one of being open, having faith, trusting that it's okay to be vulnerable, it's okay to ask for help, that you will receive the assistance you need through being in touch with your higher power. And then we have the Star. Yes, all about hope, inspiration, wish fulfillment. She's got the sun behind her in front of the moon. It's like illuminating something that maybe was dark before, that you couldn't see before. Gaining that hope through receiving the downloads, receiving the help. Getting into that place of hope, of inspiration, knowing that it's going to work out, being in that faith. That's going to help you. It is definitely going to help you to lighten up. Get silly. Just get silly. Ooh. And then we have the Eight of Water. And it's all about seeing past the superficial things in life. That there's maybe been this focus on needing to earn money, needing to build up your resources in some way, and then you feel this pressure and there's this time, and it can be very stressful when you're like, but I have to pay my rent and bills and whatever, and and this is like, okay, step back. You probably have a lot of resources already, and know that those aren't ultimately going to bring you the happiness that you want. And this figure is looking out to the ship coming in and understands that, oh, there's something more. There's an understanding that, and this could be the help coming in and receiving that, rather than looking down at what you have and holding on to that. It's being open to something new, something different, something. I think of this as kind of a tapping into your your spiritual understanding, having a little bit of a spiritual awakening where you're just like, okay, yes, it is about having trust and faith that something, you're going to learn something, you're going to receive something, and being open to it. Okay. Let's look at the Oracle Tarot. The Emperor, masculine influence, power. The Emperor. I think this can, well, I'll pick some more cards to clarify, but I feel like this can speak to you stepping into your power of knowing that your power lies in your ability to have faith and trust that things are going to work out, that you still need to continue putting in the consistent effort, those consistent baby steps. That is your power. That even though things aren't working out, don't just throw up your hands and give up. You keep going and know that it will eventually work out. This could also speak to someone coming in who's going to have some kind of authority in your life, some kind of ability to yeah, the Emperor. It's either you or someone in your life, or maybe someone in your life coming in and being like, "Hey, I'm gonna help you," and then you feel influenced by them. All right, and then we have release the past. Change. Yeah. You're going through some kind of change. Life is changing. That's allowing you to have hope and inspiration. Releasing the past, so important. The past, we cling to the past. The past holds us down, holds us back, and ultimately it doesn't exist. Only the present moment exists. Somehow clinging to the past is keeping you constricted, and it's just like, yeah, again, this feeling of just needing to shake it off. Shake it off. Cash flow. Yeah, this is about finding balance, about doing something, figuring out how to do something that you feel passionate about, that I don't know, that idea of, I think this is you doing something that you are passionate about, working towards it, and making sure you find the balance between giving and receiving. That sometimes, like, yes, it's great to put in the effort and take those consistent baby steps, but also, oh my God, dude. Yeah, Gregory, right? I'm just not stoked on you. Two of Pentacles. Yeah, it's finding the balance between work and play. Seeing beyond the superficiality of physical finances. Like, yes, that's important, but there's so much more, and getting into that place of feeling good, feeling happy, feeling silly just because. Start laughing. There's this thing called laughing yoga. Maybe you can find something on YouTube, but I know there are places around, places in the world where you can actually go. I don't know right now, depending on where you live, I guess, but there are places where you can actually go and laugh with other people. And laughter is contagious. So, you just watch videos on YouTube of people laughing. It's going to get you laughing, or comedians or whatever. Okay. So, Breezy 28, hello. Hello. I'm going to look at the wisdom of Avalon. The Raven, magic, coincidence, and synchronistic events. Magic. This is you tapping into your higher power, understanding that the magic is all around, that it is brought into your life through being connected to Source, that there is so much magic in the world, in your life, when you can just see beyond the superficial. There's so much more here for you to open up to. Synchronistic events. I mean, it tells me that things are really going to start lining up for you. That the synchronistic events, there's more for you to learn. There's more conversations to have with people. There's more connection that you need to have through the synchronistic events, where it's like, whoa, that was crazy. Like, you thinking about a person and then they call, or you randomly run into them, or just things lining up in a really magical way. Kind of puts you in that place of like, oh, okay, there's more to this than I realized. I've been trying to tap in deeper recently, but sometimes I back off when I get overwhelmed. Yeah, I hear you. And there can be that sense of overwhelm. And that's why it's so important to get to this place of being silly, being ridiculous, lightening up. Because overwhelm comes from anxiety, comes from worrying about the future, comes from thinking too many steps ahead. The trick is to think about the one step in front of you that you can take right now. Take that and then give yourself a break and be like, okay, I'm gonna watch something funny. I'm gonna go do my laughter yoga. I'm gonna hang out with a friend who, high vibe friend who gets me in a place of feeling good about myself, and then we get truth. This is coming to that understanding, to the truth of who you are, which is that you are a spiritual being having a human experience. You are divine by nature. You are on this planet for a reason, and it's coming to that understanding, to that ultimate truth. We are all connected. We're like the hand. I've spoken about this before, but it's like we're each the finger. It's like billions of fingers on a hand, but the palm. This is Source. We're all connected to each other through Source, and we're all a part of it. It's all the same. Okay, so disruption. Ooh, yes. I think this kind of thing shows up in our life. It's a disruption is a shakeup. It's meant to get our attention onto something that we've been missing. There's some kind of disruption, and maybe you feel like, oh my God, not another thing. I just want to move forward and I can't. It's like this stupid pandemic. We think things are finally going, and then no, there's more to learn. There's something more to be gained from whatever reason that this blockage has shown up. Trust. Oh, yeah, I can't say that enough. No, it's not easy. Trusting is not easy. It's simple, not easy. But oh yeah, if you can get into that place of just like, okay, in this moment, I'm okay. In this moment, I can do this one thing to help myself raise my vibration just a little bit. Just get to that place of being slightly less anxious, worried, overwhelmed. Darlene Lisa, hello, welcome. The Fool. Yes. Oh, and by the way, this is Osho Zen. The Fool is all about trust. The Fool does not consider even the next step. The Fool's just right in the moment and is like, somehow it's going to work out. The Fool is focusing on what brings him beauty. I say him because it's a him in the card, but him, her. It's about focusing on what brings you joy. And this is what helps raise your vibration, get into that happy, silly place, just enjoying the moment as much as you can. Postponement. You have something more to learn. That's coming through very clearly. Whatever you're wanting, whatever you're hoping for, whatever thing this is that is not happening the way you want, it's okay. It's happening for a reason. You see the outcome. You know where you're headed and what you want. This could speak to you this outcome is being postponed because you have to. It's like, okay, look, her shirt has a little bit of color in it that matches the color, but otherwise the color in the window, but otherwise it's pretty black and white all around. And it's like you needing to fully soak up the color so that you can match what you want. It's that idea of, instead of needing to see it to believe it, you need to believe it to see it. And one of the ways to do that, to help yourself do that, is get to this happy, silly place. Become the Fool. And try not to be concerned about any outcomes. And trust me, I'm total, this reading really resonates for me. I am just as stressed out as anybody about things not working out the way I hoped or planned. So yeah, I know it's not easy, but we have healing. And this is kind of what I was thinking about when I first started talking about this card, that it's important you can't move forward until you do this next bit of healing, which I'm pretty sure has to do with learning how to receive a little bit more. Receive messages from your higher power, to see the magic in the world, in things. Healing allows you to raise your vibration, to become more aligned with those synchronistic events, more aligned with your life in general. It allows you to open your heart. I mean, look at that. It's beautiful. Okay, where are we at? I'm kind of feeling, I think I'm going to go with the numerology cards. Yes, thank you so much, Darlene Lisa. I really appreciate you. Thank you for liking, subscribing, and sharing if you feel inspired. It definitely helps my channel grow. And I'd love to get these messages out to more people. I think people need to be empowered right now and need to learn that they have it within themselves to do that. And one of the ways is to go out in nature. And I mean, that's ultimately our source of I mean, being alive. You know, we get our oxygen from the trees. We get our food that grows in the ground. Regardless of, you know, whether you buy packaged food or whatever, you go to the store and you get what you get. That all started from growing out of the ground. Nature is so important. And nature is a really great representation of true abundance. There's so much diversity and beauty in nature. So much when you just start to open up to it. Get yourself outside. Well, not if you live on the West Coast. Fire season is upon us, and it is bad. It looks cloudy today. It's awful. Brown, overcast. I don't like it. I love cloudy days, not this kind. Pride. Take pride in who you are. That you are the most unique person in the world. Because no one else is like you. I shouldn't say you're the most unique person. You are the most unique you. That you have something special to bring to the world that nobody else does. And this is not about arrogance. This is not thinking that you're better than anyone else. There's no finger that's better than another finger. They all work together. But the finger that you are, the hand would not work quite as well if it weren't for you. Take pride in your however you show up, whoever you are. And intuition, that's right. Tapping into your intuition. Your intuition is your direct line to your higher power. That's where you receive your downloads from your higher power. That is the voice, that quiet little voice inside that is your higher power. It's, you know, it's your, I'm trying to think of a good analogy. It's like your little radio tuner that gets the messages, you know, from your higher power. And you got to learn how to turn the knob, tune yourself to those messages. They're always coming in. You just have to be on the right frequency, the right channel. Okay, let's finish off with the Spirit Animal Oracle. Spirit Animal Oracle. What do we need to know? Just hitting the share button actually triggers the YouTube algorithm. Yes. Yes. Cool. Just hitting the share button. Interesting. So you don't even actually have to share with anyone. You just hit that button. Love it. Okay, Badger Spirit. Be fearless and bold. That's right. Be fearless and bold. Go after what makes you feel good. Keep taking those steps. Eagle Spirit. Spirit has your back. Yes, it does. Yes. Yes, it does. It, they, whatever you consider spirit, the universe, whatever. You are not doing this alone. You have assistance. Always, 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 even if it doesn't look like it. And Skunk Spirit. I got this for you last time. Know your worth. That's right. Take pride. in take pride in who you are, in your most awesome self, because you are. And I talked about this before in my last reading, but yes, skunks are stinky, but it's because they're defending themselves. And yes, sometimes we need to defend ourselves. We feel like we do, at least. And maybe that puts people off because they're like, ew, that stinks. But it's like, well, I don't really want to get eaten, so sorry. Sorry you don't like the smell, but I'm awesome anyway. All right, so there's your reading. So good. Once again, so empowering. I love the readings that I've been doing lately. It's just, we have to build ourselves up. It always starts with us. It's an inside job, but then we can go and we can help. It's a ripple effect, because then we can help others do the same. So spread that love, spread that happy, crazy, silly joy. And thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate all of you. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day and tomorrow, wherever you are in the world. And I will see you on the next video. Mwah. And if you haven't already, like and subscribe and share.